in the state. A dangerous and defensive group of Tigers taking the field. Let's pick this one up in the first quarter. Hastings would score first. Bo Biankowski knocks it in the end zone, 7-0, Tigers at the point. The Dusters, though, come up with a big special teams play. Watch Brian Erickson gets in there for the block. He also gets the recovery. He's in the end zone, makes it 8-7 Dusters. Then the Holdridge offense gets involved. Tony Shield finds T.J. Waller 35 yards down to the goal line. That sets up Shield. Calls his own number, makes it 15-7 Holdridge. This, though, the key play in the game. Last play of the half, some confusion. They replay it. Steve Jones scrambles, throws the Hail Mary, and Mark Bo Richter answers the prayer. A marvelous play, makes it 15-13 at the half. And that play really sparked Hastings because they come out in the second half and win this thing 27-21. Last year, Holdridge didn't make the playoffs. This year, they get kind of a tough deal in the first round, a tough game for Mark Waller's troops and the Hastings Tigers. They are still in the hunt for their three-peat at a state championship. Other Class B playoff scores, McCook, the top-ranked team in, or I shouldn't say the top-ranked team in state, they are top-ranked in 10, though. They defeat Sidney 27-0. Justin Coleman passing for 2 touchdowns, running for another. And Aurora, they get past Grand Island Northwest. That a rematch from last week. Same result, 34-7 in favor of the Huskies. And that's going to bring us to our first break in the action, but there's plenty on deck in this edition of Sports Extra, including the Cats applying for their playoff lives. Details next.
If you need a tractor that will deliver thousands of hours of reliable service, you need a Magnum.
It will still be out working on the farm for the grandchildren of today's farm.
Been there, done that.
They were the best back then, just like they are today.
That's right, son.
Fairbanks International, serving central Nebraska for 45 years.
We're not going to have a lot of layers out there. Now, we're going to have some real key people helping that district man out there. He's the one that's creating activity within his community, and he likes to do it. He's excited about going out. He's an extension of the company. He's part of that growth.
Keeping in touch with what's going on, keeping in touch with what the farmer needs are, we can make decisions quick, and we can make hybrid selections and changes quick to meet the farmer's needs, and that gives us an advantage.
Is your business or industry in need of a new phone system? Then check out the new Panasonic Digital Super Hybrid System at Applied Communications Technology. The system is extremely flexible, from rest homes to body shops and farm equipment companies. The system expands and adapts to meet the needs for any business application. And after the sale, ACT also provides on-site service by factory-certified technicians. Call today for a free consultation and price quote on the new Panasonic phone system at Applied Communications Technology in Arapahoe, Holdridge, and Lexington.
When you're looking for a new vehicle, Killian Motors is the only place you need to go. Killian's has been a family-owned business for over 16 years, which means they know how to treat you right with quality Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and GMC vehicles. Plus, the service is second to none. Each serviceman is fully trained and highly qualified to make sure your vehicle is fixed right. For quality vehicles and the best service after the sale, the one you can trust is Killian Motors in Kearney.
Welcome back to the show. We head to Kearney now for a Class A clash. The hometown Bearcats playing host to Norfolk in the regular season finale for both schools. As for Kearney, the postseason equation was simple. Win and you're in. The defending Class A champs, though, would not go down easily. Third quarter action, Adam Foote is sacked. He fumbles the ball. The Bearcats would recover, but they lose Foote for the rest of the game. He would leave with an injury. Sophomore C.J. Tepley would replace Foote, but here he fumbles. This time the Panthers do get on top of it. That would lead to a touchdown by the Panthers. Barry Mazuch, the 1-yard plunge, 17-0 Norfolk, and turnovers would kill the Cats tonight. They had at least 6 of them. The Panthers, they were very opportunistic. They score off most of them, and that's not the way the seniors wanted to go out tonight, but Kearney loses this one 33-0 the final. They will not advance to the Class A playoff bracket. One other Class A score to pass along, North Platte. They defeat Omaha North tonight 17-14. They are district champs. Haven't heard yet from Grand Island. Well, time now for our feature game. We head to the second round of the C2 playoffs, a place Kearney Catholic hasn't been in quite a while. First-year head coach Bernie Madison leading the Stars into battle against Ravenna tonight. Now, our own Eric Christensen was on hand for all the action in this one. A low-scoring game, but Kearney Catholic not very used to being in the playoffs.
Yeah, at this time of the year, they're used to watching the games, not playing them. They haven't been in the playoffs for like 8 or 9 years, so I think a lot of interest, a lot of enthusiasm by the Stars, hoping to make the most of this year's jaunt in the C2 playoffs. Let's check out the highlights in this one. In town, in Kearney, and that's Bernie Madison trying to fire up his troops. Second quarter action. Ravenna, a golden opportunity. Greg Summers gets to the outside, then he directs a little traffic. He gets deep into Kearney Catholic territory, but Ravenna was unable to score because of good defense. Eric Cooksley with the sack. Like I said, the Blue Jays not able to get any points on the board. There was some offense in this game. Russ Wimhoff off the fake throws a beautiful pass. Henry Engel comes up with the grab, but Kearney Catholic, turned it over at the goal line. One series later was a different story. You'll have to exclude the absolutely horrible camera work here, but somehow, some way, Matt Coughlin ends up with the ball and ends up scoring on a 51-yard run. Maybe it was a pass, we're not really sure. 7-0 Stars. They go on to win it 7-6. Ravenna, they missed a field goal at the end that would have won it for the Blue Jays, but Kearney Catholic, they win it 7-6 and they advance to the third round.
That's amazing in itself, but you got to give the Stars credit because maybe this game wasn't the prettiest of all games, but they did what it takes to get the win.
You know, their entire season hasn't been pretty. They've played a lot of games where they haven't been high scoring. They've lost to some teams that played well in losing. Bernie Madison in his first year, though, they've kept plugging away, and it's starting to pay off. Like you said, not pretty, but hey, they'll take a win. If it's ugly, if it's gorgeous, anyway, they'll take it.
That's right, and the Stars are in the district final, so congratulations to them. Thank you, Eric. And speaking of the C2 playoffs, we have a couple of other scores to pass along from the C2 playoffs. The top-ranked Cambridge Trojans all over Dundee County tonight, 55-7. They are headed for a showdown with Sutherland. That ought to be interesting. One other score, St. Cecilia over Sandy Creek by 1 point, 15-14. The Blue Hawks get a field goal with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left remaining to remain undefeated on the year. Well, we need to break away for another stop on the commercial highway, but stick with us. The C1 playoffs are next, including Cozad trying to make hay against Southern Valley. Highlights next.